What is going on? Welcome to episode 86. We got Matt from across the pond, Tim, the doctor, not a doctor, Fana, Evan, Preacher Man Fitzsimmons, and the one, the only, the freak show, Jalen Virgil in his house, baby.
Let's go. Been waiting on this one, man.
Man, we've been waiting on this, and we're so excited that you're excited to be on the pub. And I think we have one dope-ass conversation, let it fly, and honestly, just happy to have another Georgia guy on this podcast. We've had a lot of success with the Georgia boys, and we hope to keep this train rolling.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Hey, so let's just break it down. You're coming from Georgia. You and Cato were actually teammates. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I think you guys were actually teammates.
Yeah, teammates in high school, man. I actually known Cato for a really long time. Me and Cato go way back, man. Like we actually didn't know how far we went back. Like my dad had sent me a video like a couple years ago of us doing this little basketball camp when we were like 4 years old together. Like, so 2-minute video of us being on the same team playing. So, and then I've played him all the way through my Pee Wee football career too, just against him because we're in the same county. And we actually ended up going to middle school and high school together and going to App together. So it's been a long journey.
That is wild. 4 years old.
Crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, go way back, man.
You're not lying. So let's talk about you growing up in Georgia. Did you play multiple sports? Obviously, you played Little League, like you said, but anything else to add to it?
So the first sport I ever played was soccer before I played football.
Footy. All right.
I was good, man, because I was left-footed, so everybody was just surprised when I kicked with my left foot. But played soccer. I only played for 1 year. Ended up playing football from 6 years old, obviously, till now. Played basketball all the way up until my freshman year. And then, I was sorry, so I stopped playing after the freshman year. I shot, Cato could vouch for it. I shot an air ball at the free throw line like twice my freshman year, and I was like, I'm done playing basketball, man. Like, it's not for me. And then, obviously, track too, so.
Yeah, big track guy. A lot of people forget that you're a track star. You're still at App. You're still running that 100.
Yeah, man. I ran the 100 for 2 years at App. I ran in 2018 and 2019, so it was good, man. I always been a track guy for real. I started running when I was in like I want to say 6th grade, 7th grade, but I've always been pretty fast, so I guess you can call me a track guy. I don't know.
No, that's awesome. It explains where your speed kind of gets developed and comes from. A lot of football coaches. I'm a football coach myself. I'm always, hey, go run track. You're going to learn some fundamental stuff that's going to help just take you to that next level. And obviously, it's worked for you. Yeah,
I would advise any young guys to run track, man. All it's going to do is help you for whatever sport you play, whether it's basketball, football, whatever, soccer. All it's going to do is help you. That's why I started playing it or started running track, is to get me better at football. And I just ended up being better at it than what I thought. So,
yeah, dude, absolutely. When you were hooping, I know it was short-lived. What position did you play?
I played the 2 for the most part. I played the 1 for a little bit until my handles didn't really progress the way I wanted to, so I couldn't play the 1 for too long. But I had a decent mid-range shot, and I could get past people and take it to the hoop. So I was a pretty decent shooting guard, and I also had some good defense. So.
You and the boys ever ball up at the rec center up there?
Yeah, we did. Me, Noah, Cato, Zach, Jacob. We would go out there every now and then and shoot some hoops, and it's always funny to watch football players try to hoop, man. Especially running the court like fives, because people always get so mad because once we start missing shots, we just naturally kind of get like a little aggressive on defense and try and take it to the hole. Like you see Bobby with a hoodie on, Noah with the hoodie on, trying to bat people down and like muscle them and stuff like that. It's just funny. So, but yeah, we definitely went in there and got beat by some frat dudes and left the gym. So.
And the SRC, you got people from all different walks of life, and you get a 5 squad that can run, man. You can run it for a couple, but there's always a better team out there.
There's always some team out there, and it just made us so mad to lose to guys like that because we all wanted to win so bad, but it was always a good time to go in there and shoot some hoops. So
hey, absolutely. So you ran the 100. Anything else you did in track?
I ran
high school or collegiate.
Yeah, in high school I did the 1, 2, 4, and the 4x4. So,
Oh, nice.
but the 100 was my main race. I did all those races until my senior year. And my senior year, I kind of told my coach that I was just trying to win state in the 100. So that's pretty much all I did when it came down to crunch time. But that's all I did in college too, the 100 and the 4x1. So.
Okay, yeah, makes a ton of sense. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you grow up, or you're coming through high school. Obviously, you start producing on the football field. Film gets out there. How'd that
Yeah.
recruitment journey go for you?
So actually, a lot of people don't know, but I really wasn't even planning on playing college football. Man, I didn't have any football offers until after my senior season of high school.
Wow.
I was kind of appear on film like in spurts every now and then my junior year. But I was having trouble, just kind of getting settled into the offense I was in, and me and the coaches weren't really like meshing the way I thought we would. So, and I was doing really well in track, man, and getting a whole bunch of looks in track from big schools like Georgia, A&M, and just schools that I was really aspiring to go to.
Yeah.
And I told some of my best friends back here, and like my head coach, that I thought that I was just gonna just focus on track my senior year, try to win state, and then just pursue that college track career. But my coach ended up, and my friends back home ended up convincing me to play football my senior year, and I ended up having a really good season and picked up a whole bunch of offers after my last game. And Apple's one of those schools to offer me, so ended up coming up there.
Yeah. What sold you on App? I mean, everybody has their own story of like, hey, this is what it took, this is what it was. What made App special in your eyes?
Man, they were just so persistent, man. It's like every other day, another coach was like, I would hear my name get called in the intercom. And in high school, like whenever guys get their name called, everybody just like turns around and looks. Like people started to get like irritated with me because I would leave so much. And it was always App State down there. I'm like, these dudes will not leave me alone, bro. Like, oh my God. But I always was told from people that played college football and college sports, like you don't want to go to a school unless they really want you. Like you want them to really recruit you and like show that they want you to be up there, because I mean it's a nasty game. Like colleges, I mean, not everybody's genuine, and sometimes people just want to try to fill spots. So Apple's one of those teams who just really just came in there and just really just showed that they want me to come up there, man. And I went on an official visit and, fell in love. And Marcus Cox grew up like 10 minutes away from me, so I already knew about him. And I saw it was a winning program, man. And it was just a no-brainer whenever, I kind of processed the offer and, everything, all the logistics around it. So.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. That makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
You obviously chose App, and then you redshirt 2016. And I think a lot of sports fans will go, oh, redshirt year, whatever. That's a difficult decision to make. And how that affect you being redshirted? I mean, you're coming from a really great senior season. Now, all of a sudden, you're not allowed to touch the field on game day.
Well, for me, it was kind of like, it wasn't as disappointing for me as it probably is for other guys. Like, I knew that I had raw talent. Whenever I was in high school, like a lot of football guys would use the off season just to work on their football mechanics. But for me, I would just go straight to the track and run, so I had a lot of raw talent going to college. Like I wasn't really just a receiver. I didn't have natural hands. I didn't know how to run routes and stuff like that. So I actually needed a developmental year to just learn football and just, improve. So, I mean, I just took it as, time to get better because I knew I was to have 4 years. So.
Dude, that's an awesome mindset. I mean, that's a great mindset.
Yeah, worked out pretty well.
Yeah, dude. App wide receivers. I mean, that's a really, really big room. You got a lot of personalities in that room, a lot of talent in that room, and you decide to come back for your super senior year. Mm-hmm. How was that the decision making for you?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty tough decision. There was a lot that went into it. I had to have a lot of different conversations, but bottom line is, it's hard for anybody to leave App, man. I mean, App is just such a special place, and I had already made such a legacy there, and we didn't win the Sun Belt championship the year before, so it was kind of like we were all like, man, we can't end it like this, and I want to just have another year to play with the guys. I knew that I could still accomplish everything I wanted to if I came back. So, I mean, I just took it as, blessing to get that extra year. And I was like, God was just telling us it can't end like this. So.
Hey, absolutely, absolutely. All of us are app guys. Matt, even from across the pond, he roots for app, and
there we go.
Yeah, we were excited to hear you guys come back. We're like, hell yeah, we got something special, and it was a special season. This, I know it didn't end the way you guys wanted, the fan base wanted, but still, it's an incredible season.
Definitely a great season, man. With app, it's kind of hard to call it a successful season if you don't win the Sun Belt championship. But I mean, I just think that goes to show how how much of a winning tradition we have at App State. Like, everybody expects us to win, and so do we. And a 10 win season isn't enough. So unless you get that Sun Belt championship on top. So,
and that's crazy to say. You go to a lot of universities like, we got 10 wins. Oh, let's party. At App, it's like not enough. Like you said, it's just wild. We're a spoiled fan base. We're a spoiled alumni. But
that's a good thing, though.
You guys back it up. Exactly.
It's a good thing. We can usually back it up, man.
Just
sometimes stuff doesn't always go as planned, but we try. We always try our best. Coaching staff tries their best. So, hopefully they can get it done next year. I pray they do. So
absolutely, I'll tell you, us here too.
Yeah.
What game did you have circle on your calendar? I feel like I know the answer, but I have to ask. What game?
You know the answer, man. You know the answer. It sucks though because I didn't get to play in the game, man. But Coastal Carolina for sure.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I actually met the Coastal dudes. I met Gallagher and another one of the linebackers down at the Hula Bowl. It was fun.
Man.
We were talking about the game. So.
I was. We'll talk about the Hula Bowl here in a second, and that was gonna be a question because I knew there were some Coastal guys there. I wonder if we chirped it or we just dapped each other up and water under the bridge. But that's awesome, boys. Any questions for Mr. Jalen Virgil?
I just wanted to. I was curious about Jalen Virgil, the kick returner, just because I gave you a shout out early on in the year. You took one to the house in Miami, and I think I said Devin Hester-esque. Like in the house of one of the greatest college returners of all time, and you had a nice little shimmy move. I think you broke the kicker's ankles.
I did.
And you took one to the house on Georgia Southern.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense with the track, but did you return kicks in high school? And then kind of what was that transition for you? Did it come natural, or was that kind of a hard process to learn?
Yeah. I never returned kicks until I got to college, man. I don't know why. I didn't. My coaching staff in high school just never really nudged me to do it, and I didn't know any better. So I just focused on playing receiver. But man, my first ever kick return was against UNCC at home in 2019, and I almost took it back to the house. Like I just caught it, and everything just happened so fast. And after I returned, I was like, man, that was kind of natural. Like I didn't even think about that. Like I just did it. But that was when Darrington was there. So like we kind of split reps a little bit whenever he was tired, because he took all the reps for running back. I would go in there, and for the most part, I would take advantage of the opportunity. So the coaches were like, man, I mean, next year when Darrington leaves, that's going to be your spot to kick return. So, man, I think it's one of the most natural things for me, like as a football player, is kick returner. So, and a lot of the scouts for the when I was at the Hula Bowl said they want to see me begin to punt return. So that's something I'll be working on too. So I could just be, labeled as a good return specialist at the next level. So,
yeah, that brings me to the question real quick, if you don't mind me hopping in here, Fitz. But are you going to market yourself as a specialist, or I do both? I'm a hybrid, baby.
What do you mean by that? Like return specialist, or just like?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So some guys, they know in their league they're going to make it in special teams, and they're like, hey, I'm a returner.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
So I mean, for me, it's like. I'm not gonna label myself as a return specialist. Like I know that's what I can do. Like I want to show everybody that, I'm actually more than just a return specialist. Like I'm working to be an all-around player. I want to go somewhere and be able to contribute in as many ways as I can. So I'm just working towards becoming the best receiver, the best special teams guy I could be, because I know that, I know my key is going to be my initial key to making it to the next level is going to be a special teams guy at first. So I already know that's what it's going to be, but in my opinion, I want to work as hard as I can to be the most versatile I can. So
yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
you mentioned before we got on, big Falcons fan, Cordell Patterson. That's kind of a similar, was drafted probably as a specialist, and no one really could figure out how to use him. And then this year with the Falcons, just padding his stats, it's like, oh man, how has no one thought to put this guy at tailback over all these years? So yeah, it's a different journey, but it can be done, obviously.
Yeah. It's definitely a different journey, but that's actually funny because people would ask me who I would compare myself to, and I would say, I know I don't have film at running back and like film at different positions, but I could see myself developing into a Cordell Patterson's because I feel very comfortable with the ball in my hands, and I could really contribute on special teams. So
I like that answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah. So we'll see, man.
Well, Fitz, that kind of ties into your normal question here.
Yeah, I know, and I hesitated to ask it, but I always do NFL ceiling and NFL floor with our App State guys. So basically, just a comparison. So who do you aspire to be NFL levels? Kind of your ceiling, and then kind of who you maybe realistically are. And you can take it. You can look at it through the specialist lens or wide receiver lens. But what's your game most like?
My game most like, I know it's a bold comparison, but I don't know if you guys ever watched like Percy Harvin film before. I feel like I can. That's my ceiling. It's like just being like an electric playmaker, and obviously didn't he return?
Yeah, he returned.
He was deadly with it.
Yeah. I hated him because he was good.
Yeah, he was an animal. So that's kind of one guy that I've always like looked at and been like, damn, like I feel like I can see myself developing into that if I really, if everything goes right and I just put that time in to develop into that. And then you said the floor, like the worst it can be.
Yeah, it's like and honestly, it's just kind of like either like a more realistic version. Mm-hmm. It could be a shitty version of Percy Harvin. It's kind of like however you
right.
You see it.
Yeah, I'll say a shitty version. So y'all know I'm a speed guy. Like, I think that I'm going to be able to run a 4.2 on pro day. So I think that the shitty comparison would be like a John Ross who like ran really, really fast, and everybody is like, dang, like we got to get him, and then just get there and kind of like underwhelm people. That's my shitty comparison.
That's a great one. Hacky probably knows that one all too well.
Too well. I'm a big Madden guy.
I've heard about that. So.
Oh yeah, John Ross. I mean, deadly speed. I'm a big Madden guy, and so people always slip to my Bengals. I'm like, hey, you get man-on-man coverage with John Ross. I know it's a video game; it's not real life. I'm going to the house on that sucker, son. It doesn't matter
every time.
Yeah, but no, that's a good answer. Good answer.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Tim, Matt.
Yeah, Jalen. I've been looking at your stats, man. So you're sitting here saying you're going to run, or you think you can hit a 4.2. I'm looking at your freak list here. What is it? You're benching 405. You're close grip benching 345. Like, yeah, you got the speed, but dang, you could pancake someone with these numbers. Wow, that's pretty good. So similar to Fitz, I have a question I ask all of our App State athletes, and it kind of gives our viewers just off the field lens of just your life. So if you fulfill an illustrious football career, you achieve everything you want to, and you have nothing left in the NFL or football in general, what are you doing? If money's not object, what are you doing? Are you on a yacht somewhere partying? Are you doing philanthropy? What is Jalen doing?
That's a really good question, man. I'll probably say just spending time with my family, man. I love hanging out with my family. I have a beautiful girlfriend. I have great friends. So just spending time with my loved ones for me. That's my favorite thing. That's what I like doing the most. So just really laying low and just enjoying time with loved ones. So
Atta boy. Good answer. clap it up for the man club there. You hit that beautiful girlfriend. Clip that for us, and that's her on her birthday. Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
shout out to you, babe.
Please.
I like that.
Send me that.
One thing I've noticed, and yeah, great answer, Jalen. I've noticed that several App State athletes, the answers we're hearing is not so much party and going crazy. It's really like an introspective, hey, let me spend some time with the people who have helped me get here and who maybe I can help. And it's really nice to hear that it's not so much look at me. It's more like, hey, this is my family or my loved ones and let's grow. So yeah, good answer. I like it.
Yeah, appreciate it. I mean, I think at the end of the day, like everything that's happened to me, like all the success I've had and all the failures I've had, the people that I've been around, I wouldn't be able to get through any of it without them. So I mean, that's who's most important to me. The people that are genuine with me and just love me for who I am. So
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I've only got one quick question. That is,
nice accent, man.
Thank you very much. Tim sort of slightly mentioned it. What age did you realize that you're an athletic freak?
Nobody's ever asked me that before. That's a good question. That's a really good question.
Yeah.
I'd probably say probably like my sophomore year. I can't really put like a day. Like I didn't wake up one day and be like, dang.
When like potato sack race.
But I've always, I mean, a lot of it's natural, but I've always just really been a hard worker, man. So like I knew that, I always put goals in front of myself and I just try to chase them. So like I'm pretty persistent when it comes to that. Like, so. But I'll probably say like I said, probably like my sophomore year, I started developing on the track with my speed. I ran like a low 4.3 in high school, and then, I was putting up numbers in the weight room and my coach, I actually got like nominated as like some type of All-American in the weight room. I forget what it was called, but my strength and conditioning coach still has it up in his office. So like, yeah, probably like around my sophomore, junior year, I just kind of realized that, I was capable of doing some things athletically that other people weren't. So I just kind of took that and ran with it and continued to work hard. So
fair enough. Very good. One final one. What's your go-to drink when you're going out? Or bar, or whatever.
Crown Coke.
Crown and Coke. I like it. Good answer.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's been that was my go-to throughout my whole app career. Just Crown and Coke whenever I'm at Ale House or Portos or something like that. Just go to that Crown and Coke. R.I.P. Portos, by the way. Had a lot of fun nights in there. It's a shame, man. It seems like, because honestly, I feel like before I got there, I don't know if y'all ever went, but I went on my official visit to Klondike, and man, like that was one of the best times I had at app when I came up for my official visit at Klondike. And now it's like that was the thing that left when I first got there, and now Portos is going as soon as I leave. It seemed like the good bars are always on rotation. Y'all think Ale House is next?
We hope not. We pray not. We gotta say,
yeah, man.
I didn't realize Portos was out.
Yeah, the news broke last week, I think.
Oh man,
yeah, breaking news.
What happened? Do y'all know what happened?
I don't have a clue. I was trying to dig up some research. I was hoping you would have the answer for us. That's really why we're having a pod to figure out what happened to Portos.
Yeah, man, I should know. Like, I have no idea, man. I saw it. I saw it like last week. I was like, dang, man, that's a shame. I was like, I'll be hurt if I was still there, because it was honestly just starting to get back to not what it was before COVID, but it was on the way. So
right? Yeah,
I was excited about that.
Absolutely, and you hurt my heartstrings there, Klondike. Me and my wife, I was a bouncer and she was a bartender when we were in college.
Dang, that's where I met at.
No, we were a blind date, but yeah, we met up at App and we decided to work there. And when it tore down, we're like, at least there's Portos, at least there's Ale House. Yeah. There's still some good stuff there. And now it's like, Ale House, you're a savior here. So
exactly, that's the last one. Do y'all not think they should build like a club up there somewhere? Like do y'all not think that would be a good idea?
They had Char, which I don't know if it's still up there or not, and that was at night. It turned to a club.
I never heard of that before.
Yeah, and that was the only thing that was close to it.
Local, it would get pretty ratchet in there.
They
would get
ratchet,
ratchet, but I feel like they would make so much money though. Like if they had different nights, like 18 and up for the young people, and then 21 and up, like have like a little, pre-game type of deal for our games. Like they can make so much money in there. Like people don't have anywhere to go, and boom. So
man, maybe that could be it. Maybe we
entrepreneur right there. Yeah. Us 5 right here. Let's go in on it. Let's go.
Let's go in on it, man. I'm 100% down. Me and my roommates talked about this all the time. I'm like, I don't even want to go there. I just know that it would be such a good like investment. Like everybody would go, especially like after a game or like there's like a night every week, karaoke night, all kind of stuff.
Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely. You're right. Boone needs it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Hula Bowl real quick, and we'll put you on the hot seat.
Let's do it.
We talked about it before we got on air here, but the big stuff in these senior bowls and after the season games is the practice. And the reason is that because scouts are coming from all over the place. You get a chance to show off your skill level in Orlando. I know it's supposed to be in Hawaii, and we can talk about that. You can talk about that a little bit. But how was that experience for you, just that week of practice leading up to the game?
Oh, man, it was awesome, man. I mean, I got a chance to compete against some great athletes. I mean, elite competition all week. Got coached by – actually, he was a former head coach of the Falcons. I used to watch him all the time, Mike Smith. There were a whole bunch of legendary coaches there just coaching us all week. Got to learn different NFL terminology. And, man, like I said, there was about 150 scouts there. So we had 2 different practice fields, 2 different teams. We were split, like, down the middle for the guys. And, you would talk to people whenever we had free time at the hotel in the lobby, like different scouts. And, people would reach out to you and, just ask you different questions, interview you, just kind of get your background information. And then you would see them out there the next day just watching you practice, taking notes, man. So it was like, you just had everything you wanted right in front of you. All you had to do was perform. So it was an awesome opportunity, man. I'd advise anybody that gets an invite to the Hula Bowl to go to that, man. I know there's a lot of great, obviously if you get the NFLPA game, East-West Shrine, or, the Senior Bowl like the Marco, obviously you want to go to that. But, the Hula Bowl was definitely exceeded my expectations. So.
That is awesome. It seemed like I don't remember hearing a lot about it, but this season they were able to get some really, really big names like yourself included in Meach. And like they did a good job marketing it, and it was just a fun game to watch. I only watched the highlights and snippets of it, but it was awesome. They did a good job.
Yeah, it was a great week, man. All around, great week.
Good deal. Good deal. It was in Orlando. Did you get to experience Orlando a little bit?
Man, not really. We were busy pretty much all day. Like, if you weren't talking to scouts, you were looking at the playbook, or, you were taking they had you take like an AIQ test, Wonderlic test, psych tests, just all kind of different tests, just to like test your reaction time, memory, football, IQ, all kind of stuff. So for the most part, man, if you weren't doing something like that, you were just trying to lay down and get some rest. But they did have a day. They did have a day before the game where everybody went to Disney World. But me and Meach talked about it. We were like, man, we could go to Disney World, but like for the most part, it was just a kid setting. And plus, like, we're gonna have to walk around all day and stand in line and like be in the heat. And the game was the next day. We were like, nah, we're just gonna chill in the room. So we just chilled in the room and just relax. But we had opportunity too, but it was really a business trip, so that's what we went down there and did. So,
good answer. Yeah, it's a solid answer. They should have said that Disney World for the day after. You might have been more likely to go.
If they would have did the day after, that would have been an awesome way to cap off the week. But right before the game, I was like, nah, I'd rather just chill.
I don't blame you. Well, Jay, we're going to put you on the hot seat here. First answer that comes to mind, just spout it off. And, we only got about 5 or 6 questions here. And boys, hop in if you got any random fire questions for him. All right, NFL draft day, first round, first pick. You're drafted by.
Do I choose? Or are you saying like?
Yeah, you get to choose.
Realistic. Oh, I get to choose.
Or realistic. It's up to you. Whatever you want. However you want to spin this.
Oh, Chiefs.
Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. Yeah, Patty's throwing you the ball. I like
that. That was a bad first answer.
That's all right.
Timing wise. I didn't understand all the way. So like that. All right, I got you.
All right, Mount Rushmore of musical artists.
Drake, Michael Jackson. Is it 4? It's 4?
Yeah, 4. Yep.
Drake, Michael Jackson, Hey, why am I blanking right now? Lil Wayne. Who's the last one I want to say? It's at the tip of my tongue. Dang, man. I wish I could have thought about this for real. Bob Marley, whatever.
Bob Marley,
okay.
okay.
I like that.
Yeah, solid pick. Fitz, you seem a little upset that you picked Drake.
I was like, come on, like Kendrick or I don't know. It's just like,
nah. I'll put Kendrick second team Mount Rushmore.
I was thinking of Atlanta rappers too. I was like,
yeah,
Andre 3000.
Yeah, see,
Luda, Gucci,
Young
but
Thug.
yeah, Young, yeah. All right, someone's painting your self-portrait. You know, they always hold like a weird item in their hand. What item are you holding as they paint your portrait?
What item am I holding as they paint my portrait?
Or wearing, or whatever it might be.
I'll probably say holding a smoothie. I drink the smoothie.
Big smoothie guy, smoothie king. I like
Huge
it.
smoothie guy. Yeah.
Good deal. They're making a movie, The Freak Show, starring About Your Life. Who's the main character playing you?
Ooh, Michael B. Jordan.
Good answer. That's solid. I can see that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Favorite game you played it in your whole career? It could be Little League, middle school, high school, collegiate.
That's a great question. I'll probably say Coastal Carolina my redshirt freshman year.
Nice. Solid. Any reason?
I had 186 yards, 2 touchdowns. That was my first time like having a crazy game. So second time scoring at home, but like that was just my best statistical game. And I was a young buck, so it was a great confidence booster.
Absolutely. I love it. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You pick the night. Where are you headed to in Boone?
Thursday night at El House with the boys, karaoke night.
I like it. That's been a favorite of you guys, man. You're going to love the karaoke.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Bro,
what's your karaoke
we used to have a ball in there. A ball in there. You said what's my karaoke song?
Yeah.
I don't have a specific one, but I feel like I've performed bartender like a couple too many times.
Yes. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Boys, I think that's about the only questions I got for him in the hot seat. You guys got anything for him real quick?
And I'll fold it at the beginning.
Just pull through.
Favorite stadium apart from Boone they played in?
Favorite stadium.
Yeah.
Man, we played so many great stadiums. I have to say Happy Valley, Penn State. Like that was crazy. And I played it. I've been at Rocky Top in Tennessee. I've been there, and I've been to Sanford Stadium at UGA. I'll probably say Penn State though. That was ridiculous. Like whenever we were down or whenever we were winning, it was silent. Like whenever they scored and made a play, like you couldn't hear anything. That's how Tennessee was, but Penn State was just a little bit different because I was actually like playing a little bit. So
wow. Yeah, I don't blame you at all. That Penn State's been a pretty common one, and for obvious reasons. It's Happy Valley. Yeah. It's well known. Yeah.
That jump was ridiculous.
I can't imagine.
Ridiculous.
Well, we're gonna hop into some normal. We're gonna talk about the Jamaican bobsled. I don't know if you've seen the movie Cool Runnings or not, but we had to talk about the Jamaican bobsled team.
I haven't seen that before. No.
Yeah. Oh, Jay? Come on, Jay.
My fault, y'all. My fault.
Well, Jamaica qualifies a bobsled team for the first time in 24 years. It's been since, I think, 96, 97 since they qualified a bobsled team. They actually qualified 3 separate teams for this year's Olympics or next year's Olympics. It's the first time since the famous movie Cool Runnings. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's great. I had to play this clip for it.
I got to watch it.
And the clip's not working. Anyways.
I was waiting. I was excited.
But Fitz, I know you were a big Cool Runnings fan growing up.
Yeah, I love great movie. So the whole story was that 3 Jamaican runners didn't qualify for the Summer Olympics as sprinters. And so they just started training for bobsled. Dang. So they had like just the fastest dudes and they were making like record time and they crashed. And it's based on a true story, but obviously Disney gets a little crazy with it, but it's still, it's still very watchable. It's a great movie.
Check it out.
But-
Check it out.
John
you think
Candy
it's
at his
Jamaica?
best.
Yeah, John Candy at his best. Exactly. Hold on. I might have another audio clip. We'll see. No, never mind. All right. Anyway. All right. I tried. Worst podcast host ever. Yeah, I know. Oh, well. But yeah, pretty cool. We don't think of Jamaica as a bobsled team or really a winter Olympic sports country. And they're qualifying 3 separate teams. So just had a shout out to them. We're 90 kids. So anytime we get a Cool Runnings reference in there, we got to throw it in there.
Right.
All right. Now, NFL wild card weekend popped off. Did you watch the little wild card weekend?
I did. In fact, I did. Yeah, it was a crazy weekend, man. I think the craziest game was the Cowboys game.
Absolutely. Let's talk about that because Tim's a big Cowboys hater, and he's pretty happy.
Good for you. Yeah.
Thanks, Jalen.
Great time to be a Cowboys hater.
Great time. So there's the scores popping off. Let's talk about that Cowboys game. 23-17. Niners get the win. And really, it comes down to a center mistake. He grabs the ball before the ref can actually place the ball down, and you can't do that. It kind of cost them the game there. But Cowboys looked out of rhythm all game long. The Niners had their number, and I was shocked. I thought the Cowboys were going to go out there and roll through it. How we feel at the pub. Frank Talk. Struggling.
Well, I think I saw Tony Dungy posted something about it. And it's like, before you talk about one play, and I got to pull this up. But he said, let's not forget about the Cowboys gave up 169 yards rushing. They gave up 5 sacks, completed less than 60% of their passes, ran only for 77 yards on their own, and committed 14 penalties. And, and then it comes down to a fiasco like that. As part of it is, I think we were all watching the same thing. It's just terrible performance. And then the other piece of it is, how many Cowboys memes we've seen of like classic Cowboys, like in the playoffs. And you're thinking about like all these, like, obviously like the Dez no catch comes to mind. The Rodgers hitting Jared Cook on the sideline, the Romo botch snap on the kick all those years ago. It's like it always falls apart, and it's always like one play that then stands out in our minds. And it is crazy because I thought this Dallas team was loaded. I think they're, you look at the youth on their team, they should be one of the top teams, but I just don't know if they're cursed. I just think it's like it's just never gonna work out for them. But I don't know how you guys feel about it.
I'm with you. I'm shocked. Jay, any thoughts on it?
I think the Cowboys have a lot of potential. I think they have one of the best receiver rooms in the NFL. Like they got a great running back with Zeke, and they have Pollard too. So they have a great old line. They don't have the best defense, but they still have a great defense too. Like they have some playmakers on defense like Diggs and other guys, Van Der Esch. So,
I just think Micah Parsons is – I think he's going to be a force for the next, 10 years.
They better pay him some money.
Well, they don't – they don't have to now.
They can't yet. But if he has another season like this, he was all pro as a rookie. So that's unheard of.
Wild.
For the most part. Him and Jamar. Crazy.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
I think
ahead,
I think the most comical thing for me in all of this is like what are the Cowboys going to point to? Like what Jalen just said, they have a tremendous roster. But you look at the stats that Evan said, and if you read that on paper, you say this team loses, and they were actually in the game till the very end. So it's like, okay, what do you point to? Do you point to like inept coaching? Like I don't think clearly there wasn't.
It's got to be a culture. It's a culture thing, I think, and I don't know how to explain it, but I felt the team that is the. Again, I'm thinking of the Rodgers pass to Jared Cook on the sideline that year. That Dallas team should have killed us. I think that was Dak. I think Dak and Zeke were rookies that year. and they were just flying on all cylinders.
Yeah.
And they just weren't into it. They just weren't into the game for like 3 quarters. And then they started to play well, and it looked like it could go to overtime, but the damage was done, and the Packers were able to make a play. And I feel like the same here. It's like the Niners, like in the fourth quarter, they started to kind of give it back. And it was just the weirdest fourth quarter because like it's like they get a first down, but then they wouldn't, and then they're inches short. Then they false start by it was like both teams were kind of giving it to each other, but the Cowboys had made way too many mistakes at that point.
Yeah,
that it really didn't matter.
Well, I guess my point is like it's only going to get worse from here, right? I mean, they're thinking that Kellen Moore's going to go, right? Offensive coordinator. Yeah. Like if they don't get it done now when the iron's hot, like when does this squad get it done? That's what I don't
exactly
get. Like people are like what's next for the Cowboys? Like is McCarthy's head rolling or like what's happening? Because I mean, if you haven't made it at this point with this squad, this elite roster, then when are you?
And I feel like this has been the narrative for like the past 16 years at least. Maybe longer. It's like every year, it's like, this is our year. We're the Cowboys. We're hot. And then they just choke. They just absolutely choke in the playoffs. And it's crazy. I've never seen a team do this more than them.
No, never. And I got a stat for you, and we'll move on from the Cowboys. But, Tim, I thought you'd enjoy this. Playoff wins the last 25 seasons. Jake Delhomme, Trent Dilfer, 5. Mark Sanchez, Brad Johnson, Colin Kaepernick, 4. Cowboys, 3. It's wild. Jalen, you said you saw it, and it's almost head scratching. It's like that can't be true, right? Trent Dilfer? Wild.
That's painful, man.
Yeah. Very painful. Well, moving on from that score, was there any other score that really jumped out to us? Anything we want to celebrate? Obviously, I'm celebrating Huday's breaking the 31-year curse there, defeating the Raiders. I don't care what happens from here on out. We won a playoff game in my lifetime. I can die happy.
Yeah, I think I was disappointed in those other games. There wasn't really a contest. Now, the 7 seeds, I was, I took my chances on picking those 7 seeds. But I was kind of right about the Steelers. As I said, I think their D-line can give the Chiefs trouble. And that was apparent, in the first quarter, maybe up till about 5 minutes in the first half. But, you see the first score of the game is the Steelers on a defensive touchdown. TJ Watt just single-handedly, again, I feel like TJ Watt just single-handedly keeps his team, like gives him a chance. And he made, some early plays. But I just thought that, one, the Steelers not being able to answer. And then that rope that Mahomes threw with like 19 seconds before the half, it was just ridiculous. Just rolling to his right, hits Kelsey. It's just so, yeah. And then the other games, were like that was the exciting thing of the Steelers Chiefs. That was it. It's like the game was over by half, but it was at least a game. It felt like, but those other games they were over at halftime. Like they were just completely one-sided. So I don't know. It was a weird feeling for Super Wild Card Weekend.
Wow. Jay, anything stand out to you on any of the scoreboards here?
I can't really see it like that.
Oh yeah. Let's see if I make it bigger for you.
There we go. Yeah, that game last night, that was crazy too. They were just firing all cylinders. But I think all the games were crazy though. It was just good to see some good playoff football. I know it's only about to get better. So
yeah, this matchup is what's really just double chef's kiss. I'm excited for it. I think we're gonna see a lot. I think all of them are going to be really good. I'm a big offensive guy, so I love seeing points being scored. So let's make our picks here if you guys are down for it.
Let's do it.
Starting with Houday Nation, Cincinnati, Saturday, Tennessee Titans. This is tough. Tennessee, 3.5 favorite there. Over under set 47. Who are we putting our money on here this weekend? Jalen, you're our guest, so you get to go first, then we'll go Matt, Tim, and Fitz, and then myself.
It's tough, man, because I got guys on both the teams with Darrington and Akeem. But I feel like the Bengals have just been so hot lately, man. I gotta go with the Bengals.
Yes, sir, Jay. That's what I'm talking about.
I gotta go with the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm going Bengals as well. Like the way Joey B's playing, like he's unstoppable right now. Give me the Bengals.
It's hard not to pull for the Bengals at this point. Yeah, Bengals all the way. Let's go.
Yeah, I think this one, the Bengals are very hot. Last week, just kind of highlighted their run defense, and I thought they did a good job against Josh Jacobs. Not sure what that's going to look like against King Henry. I think it'll be an interesting matchup. I'm hoping to see Tennessee really open it up with their premier back, but I don't know. Something's just giving me. I think the Titans got a chip on their shoulder. I think everyone's been sleeping on them. Mike Vrabel, I think he could easily be coach of the year.
Yeah.
And I think they've been there before. And Cincinnati, they got the job done. Hecky, you kind of spoke maybe the feelings of Bengals fans around. It's like, I don't care what we do next. We've gotten the job done. I know Joe Burrow didn't say that. He's kind of like on to the next game. But maybe against an experienced Titans team, they just founder. But I think they're two great teams. It's going to be a good matchup. But I'll take the Titans, partly because I'm going opposite of Devin's picks because I hated his picks that he texted us.
Yeah, Devin's picking. He originally picked Titans, then he flipped the script, said I'm going Bengals. And it's not a clean Bengals sweep, so I can live and breathe happy now. Cincinnati's getting the job done, baby. We're not stopping on one. That curse, it's gone. It's out of here. Destroy it. Houday Nation gets the job done. Moving on to Saturday night's game. We got Rams and Bucks. We got an explosion of points possibly here. Tampa Bay, a heavy, heavy favorite at 3 points. Now, over-under set 47.5, 46.5. Jay, who are you taking here? Statty?
I would never bet against Brady, so I'm going with the Bucks.
Good man.
I'm still not mentally healed from what the Buccaneers did against the Packers last season. I'm not prepared for it. So give me the Rams.
I think Aaron Donald's going to find Tom Brady, choke him out, throw him on the ground. Give me the Rams.
Wild scene.
I was impressed to see Cam Akers back for the Rams. I think that's the one thing they've been missing is the running game, and he's doing his job. So he's kind of an X factor. It feels like the Rams could go on a run, but I do. There's a part of me, the Cardinals just were that bad. So this is going to be a true test for the Rams. I'm not gonna go against Tom Brady. I think that they are poised. I think he will find a way. Again, Matty Stafford, kind of like with the Bengals, is mission accomplished. I got my playoff win. There's a little bit of hesitancy now, or maybe he's sleeping a little bit. Yeah, I'm making up shit. But I'll take the Bucks. I'll lock the Bucks in.
Yeah, I mean, Statty gets his first playoff win in 13 seasons, well deserved. Much like Joey B, though, it's on the next one. It's business as usual. Tim, as a Detroit fan, you all need this. Just Stafford needs that sunset going off Super Bowl champion. It's Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader TB12. First time around, you get that hand cut off, though. I'm going TB12.
Wow.
Sorry. Bills, Chiefs, once again, I think we're going to see a lot of points being poured on the scoreboard here. Kansas City 2-point favorite, over under set 56. Who do we take?
I think I'm most excited for this game right here, man. But I think I'm going with the sleeper pick. I'm going with the Bills this time, man. I have a feeling that Josh Allen is going to have a really good game, man. I mean, KC's defense isn't that good, in my opinion. I think that the Bills go out there and and put up some points and beat them. I'm gonna guess like 42 to like 31. That's my guess.
I like that.
Bills.
That's one hell of a game. Yeah, I'm going Bills as well. Josh Allen was unbelievable against the Pats. Give me the Bills.
I'm going the Chiefs. They kind of feel like they got their mojo, and it's watching the game. You kind of know, okay, what crazy plays Mahomes about to do. Oh, he found Kelsey again. I just don't know if the Bills can stop it. So I'm going the Chiefs.
Yeah, so Bills are their number one defense in terms of points against and total offense. The question is that it's like, who have they played? When you look at their division and some of those early games, I don't know. Yeah, you can be the number one defense, but have they played against some premier teams? And I think even though they did play the Chiefs earlier this year, that was just a different Chiefs team. So I'm not sure. I think it's going to be a great battle, but my gut just tells me the Chiefs. I just don't think the Bills have seen enough to really be the true top defense, and I think the Chiefs can actually walk through pretty easily.
Chiefs. Both these teams look really good last round. I mean, putting up tons of points. I think it's going to come down to the fourth quarter. Mahomes driving down the field, game-winning drive here. Might be 40, 38 or something. They're down by 2. They need to march down the field. Right before they get to field goal line, right before the clock runs out, Jackson Mahomes runs out of the field, makes a TikTok on midfield, and here comes Josh Allen, puts him through a table. Give me Bills Mafia. Let's go.
Mafia.
Last game, San Francisco 49ers, Green Bay Packers. Packers, 6-point favorite, over at 47.5. Got 2 Green Bay fans in here, so Jalen, pick wisely.
Discount double check all day, man. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. My boy Shamar Jean-Charles up there about to get his first playoff victory. I got the Green Bay Packers all day, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, give me the Green Bay Packers. I mean, I've always taken the Packers, and I will take them again.
I'm going Cheeseheads on this one. Give me the Packers.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people saying this could be a nightmare matchup for the Packers. Jimmy G in that offense, they like to control the clock. It's a team that's had our number in the playoffs for what seems forever, even back to the Favre days. But it's all business in Green Bay. If we truly are the best team, nobody can stop us. We can only stop ourselves. And I think we're going to be focused. It's going to be in the low single digits in Lambeau Field. So I'm going to take the Packers.
Yeah, Jalen, I like the confidence there. You didn't hesitate for a second. Discount double check. I'm betting the stack, baby, with the Green Bay Packers.
No. We're not betting on this one.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Mr. Jalen Virgil, I can't thank you enough for hopping on the pub here. We know you're busy. You're getting ready for the draft and all that wonderful stuff, man. We wish you nothing but the best of luck. If we can ever help you here at the pub, don't hesitate to reach out to us. But we cannot thank you enough for hopping on with us, man.
Thank y'all for having me, man. It was a pleasure for sure.
Anytime. Anything you want to give a quick shout out before you bounce?
I can't think of anything, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, man. It was an awesome time, and I'll definitely be tuned into y'all's episode. Y'all some funny dudes, man. So appreciate y'all having me.
Hey, we appreciate you, man, and we just can't thank you enough. And take care, brother.
Thank you. Later.
Thanks, man.
Great talking to you.
See you, buddy. Yo, great conversation, great dude. Can't thank him enough for hopping on. I was just so happy we got him on because ever since he took that kickoff back from Miami, it's like we gotta get this dude on now, and we finally got him on.
Hester-esque.
I love it. One thing we forgot to do, and we'll go to Matt's Footy Corner real quick. Spud to stud, stud to spud. Anybody come to mind for you?
Yes.
Ooh, straight in.
Kyler Murray, what a spud.
Cool, yeah.
Stunk, man. I mean, he was thinking plays that you thought he was back in high school, and you're just like, this guy was going from MVP talk to throwing a pick six, like, and his ends. It's weird. It was just weird. He's my spud of the week.
I agree with you. I agree.
I've got a couple of spuds. So many spuds. I'm like an Irish farmer. So one hand, I want to say Dak Prescott because he went for 20 or 39. Had an absolute appalling game. And then also want to say Bill Belichick.
Oh,
I mean, allowing the Bills putting 47 points on you. Josh Allen literally ran the game itself. You know, they didn't. Did you see the stat with the Bills didn't punt or attempt a field goal? It's ridiculous. Like, how could you let that happen? Supposedly defensive coach all-time great, but yeah, got absolutely stomped on by the Bills.
Yeah, a perfect offensive outing. We haven't seen it in the playoffs.
I'm gonna say my spud, Eagles offense. The Philadelphia Eagles. All I heard about was this run game. And I was excited to see them just give the Bucs a different look. And it was just atrocious. It was one of the worst offensive performances I've seen. I mean, I know penalties were killing them, and that's never going to win you a ball game. But when I see Devonta Smith wide open and you can't figure out how to get him the ball, I'm just like, what do you do? Like, your best player is playing his tail off, and you haven't even figured out how to throw the ball further than 4 yards. So it was just that for me. There was just a lot of things. I was like, this could be a ball game, but this is purely like offensive unit, just not getting it done, not taking chances, playing very elementary, basic football. And I was just very frustrated watching that game.
Let me stir the pot real quick, and this could be a dumb statement. Jalen Hurts, do you move on from him?
Honestly, that's not a crazy take. And I thought, I thought he was going to be a decent pick here. Just when he was drafted, I thought it was a sleeper pick. I thought this can be perfect. He's not progressing well. And yeah, that's not going to win you playoff games. That kind of offense. It may get you a spot when you play in the NFC East, but you're not going any further than that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a fair. I mean, are you saying
that's a fair assessment?
I don't of Jalen. I mean, do you think Justin Herbert's a bad quarterback now because he didn't make the playoffs? Like he actually got in the dance, well, partially, but Jalen got them there, and Herbert didn't. So, like, would you?
I don't know if Hurts necessarily got him there. I think their schedule was pretty favorable. I think their defense probably did a lot of the work. I think their ground game did the work. And maybe even part of it, they got away from the run game in this game. They just, I don't know. It's just they didn't deserve to be there. I'll put it that way. Like, I'm partly scratching my head because of the whole, they added 2 more teams to the playoffs. And both those games were just unwatchable. And I'm just like, why did we take away the bye weeks? Why did we add 2 more teams? They don't deserve to be there. Yeah. I even listened to the Philadelphia radio broadcast because my Wi-Fi went out. And those guys, just listening to the Philly guys talk about it, they're like, great use of the word hodgepodge. They're like, our offensive line, this is just a hodgepodge mess. I don't even know what we're doing. And I was just dying. It was so funny.
Well, Tim, I'm going to play a little devil's advocate for you. Air Bear, 5,000 yards, 38 tutties, 15 interceptions. Jalen Hurts, 3,000 yards, 16 tutties, and 9 interceptions. So Air Bear deserves to be in the conversation there. Hurts, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying. You can't base off one playoff game because he actually played in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean, coming from a team who hasn't made the playoffs and won a game in 31 years, I think any playoff appearance should be greatly valued. So
I'm also not putting this on Jalen Hurts. I'm putting this on probably more on coaching and just offensive schemes. And, it's just a poor effort on the offense in general with penalties on the offensive line, with coaching and play calling, and like being indecisive. Like, everything's like a screen. Like, they're just throwing screens to wide receivers. I'm like, are you going to run? Like, are we going to pound the rock? Or are we going to hit some deep shots? It just didn't work. And every time they had a big play, Holding, and it was just like this is just a mess. It was just a nightmare.
Well, you guys got a lot of spuds, so I'm gonna let you harvest those potatoes. I got one spud for you, and I got the one stud. I'll probably be the spud trying to pronounce his last name here. Coach Bisaccia from the Raiders. Dude, I think he won himself a job here. I think he did enough with the Raiders, with that dysfunctional Raiders organization that it is. This man deserves to be head coach. I mean, for what he did to get this team in the playoffs, for them to battle the whole playoff game against us, I think he deserves to be my spud of the week.
He just looks like a coach. He looks like he's a premier coach. Yeah. Gruden never had that.
Gruden was drinking Coronas by the beach. He's finding his beach. Anybody else to add to our list? Nope. And listeners, watchers, if I mispronounce his name, make sure you tell me, because honestly, I was winging it. All right, Matt, your footy corner real quick. You got some 3 games for us, 2 games, 1 breaking news and 1 future game for us. So I'm excited for your picks here. What do you got for us?
Okay, so we'll start off with the big game that happened Saturday at the early kickoff on Saturday. Manchester City versus Chelsea, first versus second. Chelsea needed a win to get back into the title race, because really, in the last month, Man City have racked win after win after win, and they're killing this league now. You know, in November, I was saying that this could be the most exciting title race of all time. And now Man City are 9 points clear, and they beat Chelsea on the weekend. And Chelsea drew tonight as well. So Man City absolutely killing us. They are unbelievable. They just looks like they're going to win the league again. Chelsea have been really defunct. Haven't scoring any goals at all. Yeah, that's that. That's that game. Like, it just wasn't a great game for Chelsea. They haven't been playing well. They need to get sorted. You know, and there's questions over the coach's position, even though he won in the Champions League last year. Yeah, this is Chelsea. Chelsea sacked their manager after literally a year or 2, despite how good they are. It's ridiculous.
Matt, 2 things. Love the way you use defunct.
Yeah,
absolutely killing it. Putting it into my vocab now. And then second thing, Man City betting on them every weekend apparently, because they're just rolling.
Yeah, always better Man City. They have won, I want to say, the last 9 or 10 games.
Dang.
Yeah, just put that in as a parlay. Put Man City and then put like a good team at home, and they should always come in. Like, they are unstoppable.
I love it. Speaking of bets, you want to talk about your other game you had?
Oh yeah. So for the listeners who didn't listen last week, Slate had 11 grand riding on this game with the pub parlay for the week beforehand, but he picked the wrong Wolves game. Yeah, and Wolves won 3-1, but it wasn't as plain sailing as it sounds. Wolves got a penalty in the first half. Jimenez tucks it away, and then who scored the second? Anyway, the Wolves scored in the 65th minute. And I was like, okay, they're cruising now. They're absolutely cruising. This should come in. This should be brilliant. And I watched this while I'm watching my game. I've traveled 2 hours to watch my team play, but I'm looking at the Wolves game because it's more exciting. And then in the 85th minute, James Ward-Prowse gets a free kick for Southampton. He is probably the best free kick taker in all of football in the world right now. He scored 12 free kicks in the Premier League, at second, only behind David Beckham. And this free kick was unbelievable. He's what they call a knuckle, where you kick the ball with like the knuckles of your toes, and it swerves in the air. And as it looks like it's going to swerve towards the keeper, it takes off and swerves towards the top corner. Unbelievable goal. That makes it 2-1. And then in the 87th minute, Southampton hit the post. And then in the 91st minute, Southampton have a cracking chance to equalise, and the keeper saves it. But literally 2 minutes after that, Wolves break after a Southampton attack, and Adomora Traore, I butchered that name, didn't I? Scores a winner, 3-1, and Slate wins 11 grand. Unbelievable. Yeah, I asked him what he was doing. He said he was celebrating hard and getting pissed right up, and I don't blame him whatsoever because, I mean, if you just won 11 grand, I wouldn't. That's exactly the same thing I'd be doing.
I mean, to bet $50 and to win 11K, it's just
It's unheard of.
the man deserves it. He's playing a wedding and whoops in the chat, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then there goes my camera. I got too excited. Yep.
Exactly. One more thing.
Happens.
Slate is now a Wolves fan for life. So there we go.
And he does have to go streaking. He did say that.
Oh,
he's gonna go streaking. So.
Yeah.
And then Matt, there was one more news for us.
So Everton manager Rafa Benitez was sacked started this week after they lost to Norwich, who are terrible 2-1. Rafa Benitez made his name in football by managing Liverpool and winning the Champions League with them. Liverpool Everton are the fiercest rivalries. Both teams are in Liverpool. It's like Bill Belichick leaving the Pats and then going to join the Jets or something, or the Bills. It just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't sit well, And this managerial position never fitted well. It never did anything. Rafa Benitez, in his term, he sacked the head of medical, the head of scouting, the director of football, and he also was forced to get rid of the women's coach as well. It was very weird, very odd. He sacked a lot of people. He's ruined that club. And who's going to be in charge next? Some guy called Wayne Rooney is tips to come along. Exactly. I reached out to T. Henny because he's a big Everton fan. And he said he wants Rooney. Rooney started his career at Everton all those years ago. And Rafa will be back. Well, no, Wayne Rooney might be back.
I love it. Love to see Wayne Rooney get back to coaching. That doesn't seem like it happens a whole lot. Usually there's a big gap of years before a player comes back and coaches. To me, I mean, he's just getting off the pitch there and now turning a coaching role. That doesn't seem very common.
Yeah. So he's currently managing a team called Derby County in the Championship in the league below. Yeah. And they're in a terrible state. They've got no money. They have had points deductions off them because they've literally got no money. But he's doing a good job of them. So it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see how that will go. But there we go. And finally, looking forward, we've got a London derby game, which is on. It is the late kickoff on a Sunday, so 11 o'clock Eastern time. Chelsea v Spurs at Tottenham. Both teams going really well. Well, sorry, Chelsea aren't going well, but Spurs are going really well. However, these two teams played in a cup match a week and a half ago, and Chelsea beat them. So this is a bit interesting. I'm thinking Spurs. I think Spurs have enough to get past them. I think Spurs are going to win. Should be quite a good game. I reckon it's going to be like a 2-1, 3-1 sort of tactically interesting game with two different philosophies of football being played. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that.
I like it. Good deal. All right, boys, pub parlay, and then we'll get out of here. Cue that little Scrappy. Let's go to work. Nope, wrong music. All right. Anybody want to start us off on the pub parlay? It's our turn to win 11K as the pub here.
I got one. I got a banger for you boys. A banger. Let's go Rams over the Buccaneers. Count it. I'm betting against Brady.
I love it.
I love it.
Let's go.
I'm going to go college hoops. I'm taking number 12, Kentucky, over number 2, Auburn. Auburn's only lost one game this year. It's to UConn. But I think UK has a little statement to make about who owns the SEC. So I'm taking Kentucky on the road.
Don't hate it.
Okay, I'm going to play a little safe. Give me Arsenal to beat Burnley on Sunday.
Okay. I'm here for it. Oh, man. I was going to take a safe pick. I was going to pick the Canes over the Devils this Saturday. I'm going to stay with it. Let's just be safe here. Canes over Devils Saturday. Now, Devin doesn't have one. Do we want to make a fifth bet in his name, in his honor this week?
Put Wolverhampton down.
Wolverhampton doesn't matter. Send them.
Ride Wolves.
They're playing.
We're riding them.
They're playing Brentford away, who are on a bad run of form as well. So put Wolverhampton in.
Hey, let's go. I'm here for it. Let's go make some money this weekend, boys.
Devin's about to be a Wolves fan.
He's told me he's getting a jersey, so unbelievable.
Oh my god.
That is awesome. All right. Does anybody have a random question? I've got one. Not sure if it's great, but do you guys have one?
I've got one, but I'm not sure it's great either.
What you got?
Okay, so I'll give you a backstory of this before I ask the question. So it's the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, which means she's 70 years on the throne. And for the celebrations of it all, the crown has come out, and they've asked the public to create a dessert in honor of the Queen, which celebrates to the Queen or how she's reigned or whatever. What dessert would you make?
I like it. I can let it live.
My mind went to Great British Baking Show. I'm trying to think.
There we go.
What?
Dude,
I'm
you're
trying
on
to
the
think
right
what
tracks
they
already.
made. Yeah. I'm trying to think what they made. They made like some kind of like marble cakes at one point, but I don't know.
Oh, man.
How
Okay.
about a nice, thick fruit cake?
I like it.
I like it.
I mean, isn't that what old people like?
That's very true. That's very true.
I mean, you pop out the dentures and like get your gums on like all the fruit in there, and that was rude.
Oh, man. So, not going to lie. Don't know what this is, but I just looked up top 10 Great Britain. Hold on. I don't want to misquote it. It's from Good Food, top 10 retro British desserts.
Ooh.
Okay. And this name, it just, I have to do it for the Queen. It's called Spotted Dick.
Oh my gosh.
You get some type of blueberry muffin looking like thing, and then some pudding, some steamed pudding. Yeah, we're making that for her.
You know, Spotted Dick is probably something that she used to call Prince Philip.
Got it.
Oh, I just thought of one. So you know how Dairy Queen they do the royal blizzards where it's like a blizzard, but they put the whatever it is right in the middle. Like if you choose like chocolate filling or vanilla or whatever, they just kind of put it like in the middle. I think even cheesecake. You have like cheesecake filling. So you have a royal blizzard cake, like because they did like the ice cream cakes at Dairy Queen. So I think you gotta have like a cake that has ice cream in it, but then has like the filling in it. So like a chocolate or like a custard or whatever, like even a cheesecake filling. I don't know if that would work, a cake in a cake, but that's where I'm at. A royal blizzard ice cream cake.
Sounds great. I'm sure she'll love it. The Queen loves corgi dogs, so it would just be a cake in the shape of a corgi, just straight up.
I like it. I'm here for it. Hey, great show, great guest with Jalen Virgil. I can't thank him enough for hopping on. And boys, we killed it once again. The pub taking off. Listeners, make sure you share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and drink some beer, bet on some sports. Tell my wife, Claudia, happy 29th birthday on Thursday. Make sure you give her a shout out there, and we'll catch you guys next Tuesday.
Bye.
Have a wonderful time. See ya.
In a bit, go well.
Happy
Unmatched.
29. 29. We're still
29.
Douglas year.
The big 2-9.
Tuesday.
Watch out for that cougar.